Welcome to the Art Project. Please hit the thumbs up button. We are going to make a little charcoal drawing, but not the traditional way. I'm going to cover this piece of paper with some charcoal, and then I'm going to erase. To start with, I'm going to erase the lighter areas, and then draw into it with some charcoal after that. But first I got to spread this charcoal around. I'm using a regular brush, and I'm using a jar of, I think it's General's charcoal powder, which is fantastic. It looks really cool when it hits the paper and kind of fluffs off the brush. It's pretty neat. You can kind of spread it and get some brush strokes into it. Then I blew the excess off. So this is the skull that I'm going to draw, and it's going to be just outside the view of the camera, but I wanted to kind of give you a look at it. It's got a lot of kind of dirt and stuff on it, and a little bit of stuff still left on the bone of the left horn. But anyway, so I'm going to take this eraser. It's an art gum eraser, and I'm going to start erasing. I like to think in terms of shape, but it's kind of hard to get away from drawing line. So I'm basically drawing against the edge of the skull and trying to clean out the basic area and leave the background dark. Also trying to draw from observation. As I'm doing this, I want to pay as much attention as I can to the actual skull that I'm drawing, and try not to draw it all from my memory of what the skull looks like or from my mind. I want to cheat, as you will, off of the actual skull. I want to continue to look at it over and over and over again. I was telling my students today that it's kind of like taking a test. The test of my ability to draw is on this piece of paper, and I would rather it be open book than open notes. And what I mean by that is looking directly at the skull is the book. The open book is the skull itself. I looked at it for the answers, and it's where I want to get the most accurate answers from. If I do it from open notes, well, my notes could be wrong. My notes could be inaccurate. My notes might not be complete. And that is what I consider drawing from my memory. My memory is going to be incomplete. So, again, I'm trying to draw from observation. And so I'm looking at the shapes of things. I'm not just drawing a representation of the eye. I'm drawing the shape of the eye, the crack where the crack in the eye is, the corners, the contours, and so on. In addition to that, also the shadows. Where are the shadows at? Where are the highlights at? And when I say shadows, I don't just mean the cast shadows on the paper, but also the shadows under the eye, behind the head, behind the horns, underneath the horns, and so on. And the whole drawing process is kind of a push and pull. First, I'm pulling off the charcoal, pulling it off the paper, and then I'm adding the charcoal back with some actual charcoal stick. I'm using some compressed charcoal, and if I put too much, then I get an eraser out, and I erase it a little bit. I don't know if I've done it here already, but I've got an electric eraser that I've been using that helps to get real small areas, or even helps to clean the paper more than the art gum eraser does. And then I add more charcoal, take more charcoal off. You notice right here in the horn, I've darkened it up on the left, and then I went back with the eraser and put in the reflected light there, which I think helped that part out tremendously. So anyway, that was the drawing that I did today. It took me about 30 minutes in all. Hope that helps you out. Go make your own now.
Give Daddy a thumb up, and please subscribe, and leave a comment down below.